Why, hello everyone. Welcome to another video. You might notice I have a slightly different setup now. I don't know if it's going to stay this way. Who the hell knows? I don't know what's going on. I just stand up here and talk. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about today. I have one idea. This is a journal or notebook, whatever. I wrote things on it, and I was looking at it this morning, and I'm looking at some notes from a book that I read 2 years ago called Own the Day. It's written by Aubrey Marcus, and it's ironic because now I'm actually in a group with Aubrey, and I just talked to him earlier this week for the first time, and I forgot that I took notes on this book, so I was just roaming through and I found it. It's all about how to improve your life and habits, and very health oriented and productivity and all that. And the very end, very last line is create your mantra. And this is an idea that when you're in a tough situation and you need some extra motivation, you have this mantra that you repeat to yourself that kind of gets to the core of what you're trying to do and lights you on fire so you can get through it. I would imagine you use it when you're in a tough workout or you're trying to get some work done or whatever maybe. And so the prompt was to create your mantra. And I think his was something along the lines of go, hero, go. And that's what motivated him to go. And then he's prompting you to create your own mantra. And I wrote here what my mantra is. And I think that this accurately encompasses my mindset at the time and what my mindset has been up until very recently. And that is, I'm not fucking around. That was my mantra that I wrote for myself in June of 2018. And when I read that this morning, as I was reviewing these notes for some reason, I found it very comical, first of all, but I also found it somewhat concerning. Because my situation, my background is that for the majority of my life, I was a very easygoing guy. And I didn't have a whole lot of goals or ambition. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, but I was a pretty happy dude. And I had good friends. I had a nice girlfriend at the time. Things were going pretty well. So that continued until a few years ago. And then a few years ago, I started really getting into this entrepreneurship world and the business world and thinking more about what I want to do with my life and having all these goals I started setting for myself. And all these desires that I started putting on the shelf and saying, this is what I wanted to accomplish. And I became a much more ambitious and driven person. And that ambition and drive has certainly contributed to a lot of good in my life. But at the same time, I think it's taken away a lot of potential joy in my life. It's hard to wake up in the morning and not do anything. You just lie in bed and just really listen to the birds. That's something I can do because I'm lucky. But sit in bed and listen to the birds, or just get up and look at the sky and feel the sun on your skin. It's hard to really be present for all of that and enjoy that when you have this big list of goals in the back of your mind and this list of things that you have to do today so that you can build the thing you want to build and have the life that you want to have. And when I read that I'm not fucking around mantra, I kind of felt bad for that Ryan. I had this feeling of, you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to push yourself so hard to feel worthy of living. I think that's fundamentally what it is I started feeling like if I don't set these big goals and if I don't really pursue and make something of my life, I don't deserve to be alive. I never said that to myself. I didn't think that that's what I was thinking. But now when I look back and I reflect on it, I think that's exactly what I was thinking unconsciously, is I need to do something with my life for me to be justified, for my existence to be justified. I feel very differently nowadays. Nowadays, I try very hard to find a balance, and it's the balance between these ambitions and this drive and this productivity, and all of that can be characterized and categorized in the masculine or the yang, if you're going to talk about the yin and the yang is the masculine, and it's the one who gets shit done. And it's a very important part. You can't discount it. It's responsible for a lot of the amazing things that we have in our lives, like this phone that I'm recording this video on. But yet, that's not all there is to life. So then you have to say, okay, what's the other part? And that's the yin, that's the feminine. And that's the part that I've been trying to become much more, I've been trying to internalize a lot more recently. And I think that ironically, when I was younger, I actually had a lot more of it. When I was a kid and I was more childlike, a child is not just super ambitious and setting these goals and being driven to build and do things and be successful in the world. They're just having a really good ass time. Look at any little kid. Are they super stressed out about getting shit done? No, they're not. They're just laughing and having a good time and running around and playing. I used to play so much. I don't play anymore. Why is that? It's because I've gotten so sucked up in accomplishing things that I forgot to just chill for a second. And if anyone who's watching this knows me, you know that I'm a pretty chill guy. I still get it very frequently when I was back at school that, oh, Ryan, you're just like so calm and you're so happy all the time. And like, how do you stay so stress-free? So there's still a big part of me that benefits from my innate ability to just, I guess, relax and not take things too seriously. But over the last few years, when I've become much more ambitious, I've had all these goals, I've begun to slip away from that, or that has slipped away from me. And it's not good. And that's my priority right now, is to fix that. And it's to reincorporate the yin and the feminine into my life. And really that just means not trying so hard. And that's what my video the other day was about, yesterday, the day before, about faith. Faith to having faith in the fact that you're going to be okay. Like, no matter what happens, no matter if you don't hit all those goals that you laid out for yourself, you're going to be okay. And whether that means you're going to stay alive, or you're going to still be a happy person, or you're going to have friends, chances are all of those things will be true, even if you don't go and hit those revenue goals you set for your business every single month. So that's really my point with this video, is don't try so hard. If you look anywhere in nature, nature doesn't try, yet it still gets everything done. I think there's a quote, something like, nature is never rushed, but everything still gets done. Something along those lines. And I really like that, because it's not saying not to do anything. It's saying that you can do plenty of things. You just have to be in this state where you're not super anxious and stressed out about doing these things. You still do them, but you're not stressed about it. And that requires you, I think, that requires a fundamental and really guttural understanding of the fact that it is not that important, right? It's when you get caught up in the importance of everything, perceived importance of everything, that you start to feel like, if I don't do this thing, that's a really big problem and that's a really big deal. Instead, if you approach it and you say, this is important to me, but I still know that even if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be okay. The world's going to go on. Even if the world doesn't go on, you can just go even bigger to, oh, the galaxy will continue on and the universe will continue on. And when you get into that mindset, it's really hard to care about anything. So it's a balance, like everything else. But this fundamental understanding, that fundamental belief in the fact that you're going to be okay, I think really helps relieve some of that stress, while you can still do everything that you wanted to do, but the way that you do it will be much different. That's what came out of my ass today. I hope you like it. I just pulled that out of nowhere. So hopefully that was valuable and not too rambly for you. If you did like it, leave a comment or something. I don't know. Like the video, but don't turn on notifications. You can subscribe, but don't turn on notifications. Turn off all your notifications. Am I going to say this every single time? Maybe it'll just be my cliche outro. Turn off all your freaking notifications. Trust me, it's so much nicer. Even when I'm using my phone right now, I haven't looked at any notifications. It's on airplane mode and do not disturb, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Alrighty, until next time, I might just whip out another video right after this because I got all this stuff set up and it's kind of a pain. So maybe I'll see you in a second. Take care, everyone.